Welcome to Garden Sanity. I'm Laura, and today is all about an update on pruning overgrown boxwoods. So I pruned my boxwoods about X many weeks ago. I'll put it on the screen. Originally I said I would give you an update in a month. We've had rain, things, gardening. So today is the update. And I'm titling it The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on purpose because there were three outcomes of my pruning. There were good outcomes, there were bad outcomes, and there were ugly outcomes. However, I did those on purpose to get the result that I want. So in other words, the overgrown boxwoods, they're not going to be perfect because they're overgrown. So it's not like you're just going to prune them all back and be happy-go-lucky. And I'll show you in a moment exactly what I mean. Some look great and some not so great, and those I'm calling bad. And then in the backyard, I ended up pruning two dwarf boxwoods. They're dwarf English boxwoods that are supposed to be very small. And they kind of grew over time. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with them, and honestly, I just kind of ignored them. Now I wanted to prune them back. So I had to do some drastic measures to get them back down to the size. This is why I'm calling them ugly, and I'll show you that in a moment. However, there is new growth on them, so no worries. And if anything, I want this video to show you, if anything, I want this video to show you that even if you have to do some extreme measures with boxwoods, you're still going to have a good outcome. So let's get started. So here are the winter gem boxwoods that I pruned not too long ago. Yeah, we also power washed the side of the house. So that's a lot nicer and neater. So let's go down to the end first. So the boxwoods that are in this corner are doing the best. And why is that? I think year round they do the best because they get shielded from the wind. I mean, all of them on this side get shielded from the wind. So other than the ones at the very front that do change color from the wind and getting a little bit dried out, they get a little coppery, these remain evergreen, literally green all winter, which is nice. So they basically were green and they're continuing to green up very nicely. And there's also lots of new growth. You can see all the tips have some new growth coming out. And it just looks wonderful. So these look really good. I would consider all of these the good. And yeah, I had to take them down quite a bit, but they look dynamite. Now, in a couple places, I'll show you a good example coming up, I had to cut back way into the bare stems. And again, I like to say bare rather than dead. And you'll hear me keep repeating this because a lot of times I talk about dead stems on shrubs. They aren't dead. They're bare, and there's a difference. Now, this is just an extra little part that I guess I didn't prune away, didn't dust it away, but these look really good. Okay, here's what I'm talking about. So in between these two overgrown shrubs, which were grown into each other, in fact, I'll put a little video on the screen to remind you what it looked like. I had to cut them apart, not only so I could expose the lamp again, but also just to even them up. And that meant cutting way into this shrub. And all these bare stems, which were way overgrown because the new growth was all out here. So again, when you have a big shrub, especially boxwood, that's what we're talking about today. When you have boxwood shrubs that are very big, the most healthiest growth is going to be on the outside. The inside where the sun doesn't get, that's going to be predominantly the leaves will fall off and it'll become more bare stems. They're not dead. So if you look really close, and let me see if I can get in here for you. If you look really close, you can see some little green leaves there, and that's all starting. I can see even more that I can't quite get in there with the camera, of little tiny, tiny buds that are green that are coming out. So that answers the question right there, that if you cut back into the bare stems, will new growth occur? Yes, it will. So that's really good to see. And again, as we move up, they still look good, right? All of those look nice. And then we keep going. We keep going. These are all still looking really good. And then starting about this one, they were pretty yellow, if you remember from the previous video when I first pruned them all. And that's because, again, they were more exposed to the wind. The worst were these two up front. But let's see how they're doing now. So this is not looking so great. I would call this bad. And same with this one over here as I peek around the corner. Also bad. Now the third one in has started to finally green up again, so that's good. But if you look down at this guy, you see there's just a lot of they almost look like they have no chlorophyll in them whatsoever. I mean, they absolutely are bleached out. I did use iron on these. And it just takes time. I didn't want to inundate it. I fertilized them with plant tone, and then I put some iron all around them. And as much as we've had a ton of rain, it's just very slowly greening them up. You can see they're starting to green. So the bleached out leaves aren't going to fall off. They're just going to slowly get green over time. And this looks a heck of a lot better than it did when I first pruned it. So now it looks like it's a variegated shrub. That's how I know it's getting better, because I can actually start seeing some of that beautiful green color now. Now on this side of the same shrub, it's greening up, which is nice. So it is starting to green up. Yes, there's some bare stems there again, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. That's just another, pull that off. But we're going to have to wait a little bit longer just to get that beautiful green color on here. And again, that is because I waited too long and these were overgrown when I needed to prune them. And then this one next to it, this is also bad. And I call it bad. It's not as bad as that one, but it definitely still has a ways to go to get completely greened up like the ones at the other end of this row. So I would say these first three were originally in the bad category. And now this one is starting to look good. But these two I'm still going to classify as bad until they completely green up again. And again, they will green up, so no worries. So sometimes you have to have a little bad to go with the good until it all becomes good again. But the rest of the row looks absolutely fantastic. I love that I hand prune it so that you can see, yes, they're in round shapes, but they still have a natural look to them, which I absolutely love. So now let's look at the backyard. Now here in the backyard, I'm going to just start real quick with something pretty before I show you the ugly. This is Jack of Diamonds Brunnera. It's been blooming for well over a month now. So again, I highly recommend this plant. Beautiful spring bloomer. But as I pull back, we're going to see some ugly plants. Get to those in a second. But first I want to show you this guy. This is another winter gem boxwood like the ones I showed you on the side. And again, this guy was very overgrown. So I pruned this about 2 weeks ago. It hasn't had as much time to green back up, although you do see some of the leaves that are getting nice and green, and you do see some new green growth like right here. But you also see a lot of leaves that seem almost a little grayish. And these are the leaves that were hidden. And basically by pruning in the spring, when it's overgrown, one of the things you're doing is you're taking off all the long, beautiful, healthy green growth. And so it's going to take a while for new growth to come. But like here, this is new growth, this is new growth. Over here, this is new growth, this is new growth. So it is growing back nicely, but the overall look of it so far is eh. So here from the front, you know, if you look at it, it's got enough of this discoloration that I would say it's not looking that great just yet, like especially this section here. Doesn't it look a little bleached out? And that's going to change. It's going to green up. I'm not worried about it at all. If you look down here, see how that's all getting nice and green already. So it is going to get better. It's just that for right now, it's not so great. But because some of this is really greening up already, I'm not worried at all. So this is going to bounce back nicely. I would say, you know, maybe in another month, it's going to be good. And again, this was overgrown, So what I have to do next year is just promise the shrub, that I will not let it go that long. This I just kind of let grow and grow and grow, and then I all of a sudden realized, no, I don't want it hiding all these pretty shrubs. You know, behind it I have Amsonia stormcloud. I want to see that now in the spring. You know, behind those I have the beautiful little quickfire hydrangeas. So I don't want this to hide things now that I have more planted behind it. So in conclusion, this one, we'll say it's bad, but it'll get good. So here you go. Are you ready for the ugly? Here we go. Yep, that's it. It basically looks like it was scalped, right? Because it was. I took, I would say, about 8 inches off of this, all the way around. At least off the top was 8, maybe off the sides it was about maybe 4. I don't know if it was growing in a weird way. It was kind of growing almost vertically. Now, years ago, about 2 years ago, I cut it way back because it was kind of growing into this sprinkler head. And the sprinkler head comes up pretty high to just sort of mist over the entire bed. But yeah, this guy's pretty bad. You've got, you know, very tight. Now, a lot of this is just, that makes it look even worse, is this stupid stuff that falls from the trees, the pollen things. But yeah, you see a lot of stems that look like they're dead. Now, you do see these beautiful new green growths sprouting up, and you do see a few little greens. But look here. Do you see how there's little tiny leaves growing on all these dead areas? That is what we want. And before you know it, this is going to look really nice. It may take a good portion of the summer. But again, it's okay because this was sort of an emergency pruning, as I like to call it. It needed to be taken down. I decided I really like these shrubs after all. I stopped ignoring them. We'll get them in good shape soon. Now down here at the base, it's got some nice green. So I didn't cut too much into that. But it's really when you get up to the sides that it looks really scary. Some of you had questions about my pruning of the winter Gem Boxwoods, and you wondered if you have some bare stems that then are exposed, is that okay? It is. They aren't dead stems. As long as you leave them, you know, there may be some dead stems, but boxwoods rarely get dead stems. They look dead, but they'll get some green growth. The reason they look dead is because when this shrub was a lot larger, some of the growth inside died out, and so it left bare stems. So maybe that's the more proper term we should be saying, right? Is if you have bare stems on your boxwoods, not dead stems. But when you start letting light back into the shrub, especially when you're doing an extreme pruning like this, new growth will happen. So that's an ugly English dwarf boxwood. Ugly after pruning, but I'm not done. Oh no, I'm not done. Oh my goodness, what happened? It's a dead shrub. Again, it's not. These are bare stems. They are not dead stems. Say it with me, bare stems, not dead stems. Now let's take a very close look. Now right away, do you see that tiny growth right down in there? You see that? Those are new leaves. And if you go over here and you look down, you can also see way down here, you see a lot more growth starting to happen. And then if you just look closely at all the bare stems, you can see all kinds of little, they almost look like little tiny knobby things on them. Those are all buds. It's going to take a while. I'm telling you, this isn't going to be pretty this year. It's ugly. Oh yeah, I admit it. It's ugly. But you do have some new growth coming around on the sides. But it was really the top that I had to chop down badly. What I need is I need a little sign for the garden right here that says under construction. Or I need to get like little miniature cones. You know, like you see in construction zones, little cones, maybe some caution tape. And something that says under construction. Because that's what this shrub is. This shrub is back under construction. So that's the good, the bad, and the ugly results of my pruning. But the bad and the ugly are going to turn into good. The ugly's going to take some time. Again, I need a little construction sign. And the bad is going to turn to good within a few months' time. It's going to look great. So the moral of the story is don't wait to prune your shrubs and then they won't be overgrown. But if you do have overgrown boxwoods, they're going to be just fine. And if you haven't watched the Pruning Overgrown Boxwoods video, you can watch that next. And here's a playlist of all my pruning and deadheading videos in one spot for you. So you can find whatever you need, hopefully, to prune and take care of your plants. Until next time, happy gardening.